Hello guys, I think we are online. Yeah, so okay, so hello again. Hello to the new people that are here, and for the ones that have followed us during the last actually the last 2 weeks. This is the last day of the Sonic Waves online music festival. So for these people, you know what I'm talking about, and for the others, I'm going to give you a little introduction. So what is Sonic Waves? Sonic Waves is a do-it-yourself festival that was organized and sponsored by Sonic Radio. Sonic Radio is a music platform, blog, podcast that aims to help emerging artists like Stash and Miki that are here with us tonight to emerge and try to support them in basically getting exposed their music to the world, because sometimes it's really difficult to even get to know that we have so wonderful artists in our local scene, and that's why we thought about doing Sonic Waves. And tonight, as I told you, we have a duo playing for us, but actually they won't be playing together by Stash. So Stash, maybe you can say hi, so the people know that you are Stanisław. Yeah, exactly. So he will be the first one, and then Miki will follow. Stash and Miki, they will play some type of music that is a bit different from what we heard in the last two nights. It's gonna be a really, really interesting night about experimental, noise, ambient music. Later, Miki and Stash will tell us how they create these really inspiring and interesting sounds. And in general, I think we are ready to go. Guys, are you ready? Stash and Miki?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So the floor is yours. Just last reminder before going. Here in the Sonic Waves, we collect money to help refugees in Ukraine. Last time we, together with the first and the second concert, we collected $45. It's really a great amount of money that can make the difference. Guys, if you want to help, if you want to contribute on this, you find all the information in the description of the video. In general, after this night, we will collect all this money and send it to the Polish Humanitarian Action. This is the institute that we chose as a target institute for the donations. And yes, so now we are ready to go. Really, I'm disappearing, and I will come back later for some cool interview with these two guys. Okay, so Stash and Miki, you are ready to go? 3, 2, 1, go.
We are starting.
Hey.
So we are after the
Okay.
first concert now, and have
now we are
little.
speaking.
Yeah, now we are speaking.
Exactly.
And we
So
are
I will
switching
entertain
here.
our
So,
our audience in the
like,
meantime. So yeah, you just
yeah.
listen to Stash, Stanisław. Later we will talk about the way you play music, the way you compose music. Maybe the guys can't hear us in this moment. What? sorry, guys. So in general, there will be a little bit of a change now of style, as you can imagine. And actually, as anticipated in the event, Miki will be playing with his phone, at least I think the majority of time, or for the entirety of his performance. Also, we were talking about the basically this picture that was appended to the computer, and that actually was a piece of art by Miki, because you may know or not that Miki is also a comics artist, so he draws comics, and later we will talk about this because I think it's kind of connected to his artistic background and the way the way he plays music. I don't know, Miki, can you hear me? No. Okay. Yes. Okay. Are you ready to play? Are you ready to go? Okay. So guys, now we are going to listen to Miki. Then there will be an interview, and later maybe some really last song played by Miki or Stash. We will see. Okay. So you're ready, guys? I mean, now I can't hear you, but I guess because the microphone is disconnected or something, I think we will hear the music when you will start. Okay. All right. So enjoy, guys. See you later. Hey, we are here. We are here back online. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay,
I hope.
and I can hear you. Yes, super. So, wow. I don't know. I would like to say that the audience is split by two. There are the Stash lovers and the Miki lovers. I don't know. It's really, in reality, I think we are all impressed by the music that you played, guys. I think there is a bit of confusion about how you can do this sound. So maybe we can start from this question, even if it was not like the initial one planned. I mean, because I think you have two different styles. And at the same time maybe use different tools to play music. So maybe, I don't know, you can, Stash, you can start. Yeah, in general, basically the question is how are you doing it? Plus also, maybe you can comment also on the way of composing this music. Like, what is your inspiration? Are you following a pattern, or you are totally improvising every time, something like this?
I think the method of making this music is not that mine is not that different from Mikołaj's actually, and the style just results from what we listen to, right? So we listen to a slightly different music. Mikołaj's is much more beat based, and mine is more melodic. Yeah, but overall, like the composition, like composing this kind of music is like. Is heavily based on sampling. So we have like some samples that we usually take from like some old songs from YouTube, for example, and so we just choose like a very tiny piece of it, like I don't know, a few seconds only, and we use a sampler to like play melodies like on the piano, but using those samples, right? So and we loop stuff. We also use a lot of effects like delay or reverbs.
And
right?
also, Stash, you perform also some field recordings, if I remember well, some from time to time. Yeah. And
Yeah.
do you use the samples for your songs?
Yes, I usually do, but I'm a bit careful now with using field recordings because sometimes it's kind of creates an atmosphere that is not that familiar to me. Like I'm kind of a person that lives in the city, and I feel that I would cheat if I would use too much of this. Like for example, like sounds from the nature. But overall, sometimes I do it.
You have the one track in the bakery shop, I think it was, and there's a lot of talking of people in the bakery shop.
Yeah. So it was like
containing the track was containing it.
Yeah, but that's an interesting perspective what you gave, like using sounds from the city, from the environment that you live in and that you live basically every day, is something more like familiar for you to use, right? So, okay, and so do you want to add something, Stash? Sorry.
Yeah, and in terms of the inspirations, maybe I think both me and Mikołaj listen to a lot of music, like it's hypnagogic pop. It's like a music genre that references older music styles, like from the 80s or from the 90s. We also listen to a lot of IDM and ambient music. So I think both in case of me and Mikołaj, the influences are very broad. Like we listen to very we have quite eclectic tastes, I guess.
But I think the common thing we have is like experimental ambient. Modern and also from the 80s and 90s. It's like something we have in common, I think. So maybe these backgrounds can maybe make some connections in our type of sounds. It's like a little bit experimenting with sounds, but also at the same time you can feel good listening to it in background. It's like experimental music, but still the point is that it's not so exhausting.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And Miki, what were you doing from your phone? So you were sampling? Yes.
I have a sampler. I think I can show it to camera.
Oh, this would be nice.
It's like a koala sampler. It's like an app for the Android.
Okay.
And it's like this is like a view for the effects, and here I can have samples. So I had the track I started with was like a sample I put into this program and make this beat on this. And after that, I have a few of my songs from tracks from I think last year or two, some of them maybe. I just selected some of them and was like remixing them on live, adding effects and sometimes changing a pitch of the tracks to make it different. So it was like a lot of messing with effects. So yeah, I like this because it's like now I started the regular job, but I feel like I have addiction to do music, to do some sketches of music. So it's like something I'm working on daily basis now.
So it's like a portable sampler, portable mixer, and you can improvise something even on the tram, on the bus, for example. Cool.
Yeah, the headphones I'm doing some sketches, so it was one of them, and after that some tracks I was working on in last year and a half, I think.
Wow, really cool.
Yeah, I think it was Vaporwave because I forgot about it, but I think both for me and for Mikołaj, it's quite a big influence, and I guess the vaporwave producers have sometimes quite similar ways of working.
Yeah, I think so. That sampling, but using the samples not to like make a hit record, like sometimes in pop rap music, which we also love. But it's like we like in heart we are like more the side of how vaporwave artists works with samples to deconstruct it and to find something different in this.
Wow. Okay, so vaporwave is the keyword for the people that want to explore these sounds landscapes. So guys, moving on the next question. Actually, it's still related to your background and your the way like your influences, but not in the technical point of view, but more like in spiritual, we could say. Because I remember when I asked you about your background, you both gave me a clear kind of source of inspiration. Like you, Stash, you told me once that you read a lot, you like literature, and even your name is inspired by some... Oh, no, actually, no, sorry. The name is not inspired by an author, a writer. Sorry.
No.
Exactly, so... okay, so you will tell us a little bit about this, but in general, okay, so you have like this literary word that is kind of feeding your influences, your dreams. And you, Miki, on the other side, you are an artist. You draw comics. So I just wanted to ask you both how this kind of artistic like, yeah, how are they mixed to the music that you do, basically, and how are they used somehow for the music that you do? I don't know who wants to start. Maybe Miki, you go first this time.
Yeah, I can just start with, I think that's the common thing in our music and the inspirations we have. It's like some kind of narration in our music. It's like, I think in Stanisław music, it's like more the thing with like, I have a feeling always, it's like hearing some descriptions of some things you can see in the reality. I have a feeling like this. I think that you have a different point of view for this, but I always feeling like hearing some really detailed descriptions of something in like novel and something like this. And for my music, I have a feeling like it's like more a little bit like you have some fragment from the part from some animation movie or something like this, or something where a lot of things are happening, but you can focus on some of these things, how they are changing a little bit, and they are like a little bit, I have a feeling they are like characters that are doing something in this music.
So, and have you ever played a kind of soundtrack for your comics, like animating them?
But I already did a soundtrack for animation for my friend's diploma, which was like 20 minutes long, and I was doing music to it. So I was feeling a little bit like I'm telling a story with the music. So it's like, I think it's something in my brain which I was for doing music for years without connecting it to my like drawing things. And after the years, I saw the common thing in it, that I have some kind of narration, even if it's just abstract narration. Yeah.
And you, Stash?
Yeah, I agree with what Mikołaj said, but I will also add that, yeah, as you said, like I try to read as much as I can, and because like I really like this feeling of like immersing in some fiction, and I think it puts me in a mood that helps me to create music as well, right? Because like I usually read some literature from like the end of 19th century or beginning of the 20th century, for example, Proust. and so he was also referring a lot to the past, some recollections of the past. So I think it's quite similar to what Vaporwave is, because it's also kind of recollection of the past that is already gone, right? Yeah. So for me, it works in this way, and also like for me, the titles are very important. So those are not only like for the listeners to like understand better what I create, but also for me to focus on a certain feeling or on a certain place. So for example, like recently I was making a song that like it really helped me to realize that it somehow recalls listening to music like late at night. So I thought, yeah, that both the title and the music should reflect this atmosphere of the night and like sitting alone in a room and listening to music. Yeah, so there is another piece, and also like because you mentioned my like nickname, Stanisław Sote, so it's kind of funny because I feel that like while for example posting on Facebook or talking about my music, I somehow create this persona of like Stanisław Sote that is it's me, but it's not like one-to-one copy, but it's somehow limited because it's kind of fictional person, so it's quite similar to description of a character from a book. So and also like to think about my Facebook page as kind of a very weird blog, right? So you like post something from time to time, and someone strange would read it and somehow would create a picture of me, right, based on this like brief descriptions. And I think for me it's like very interesting.
Wow, that's a really cool perspective, like feeling that your artistic persona is a kind of alter ego of yourself. And you, Miki, Miki is also the alter ego of Mikołaj, in your opinion?
Yeah, I have different way, because it's like because it's like not so much like alter ego for me, just like the how to say it, it's like the a continuation of like how I do things. So it's like
it's like a natural extension of yourself.
Sorry?
A natural extension of yourself.
Yeah. Something. Yeah, I mean, I was. It's like when I'm doing drawings, it's like I couldn't think about how to translate them into music, but I have a feeling that when I'm doing music, it's like some energy that I have in drawings, I can turn it to music. So yeah, I think it's like more connected in how I work now. Yeah.
Cool. And so I have a really last question before maybe letting you, Miki, to play the last song before going to bed. and the question is actually kind of connected to the first question, so about the music scene you are kind of feeding in Poznań especially, but in general. I wanted to ask you how this Vaporwave scene and in general this type of music scene is perceived and how it's growing in Poznań and in Poland. And also I wanted to kind of ask you, Miki, about your record label. You have something like this, or I don't know if it's a kind of parallel project. This is like a surprise question. I know that you weren't expecting this, Miki, so you need to improvise now. But yeah, in general, if you can talk about the scene, this music scene that is really particular, really kind of specific.
I think it's like a little bit mixed, our private life and the music scene, because mostly it's like the people, musicians we know like are mostly like people we met on some kind of events connected with music. For example, like there is this place called Farby in Poznań, which I recommend for everybody who is coming to Poznań. Come to Farby because it's like really cool place to listen music, mostly DJ sets, and we are like I think for a long time we just know each other with Stasi just by passing by at these music events, and at one of them we just started talking about music, and it's like something I have with a lot of people who are doing music in Poland, who are doing some experimental stuff. That mostly, firstly, I'm meeting the person, and after that, I'm getting to know the music mostly. So sometimes I was just laughing a lot about people like the boss of the Pan label, which is like the big label in Europe with experimental music, who was telling that he only releasing music of people who he knows by himself. Like he just passed them with just live. And now I understand him, because it's like natural thing when you are meeting someone in some situation connected with the art or just what you are interested in, and you get to know the music of this person. It's like natural thing to work with these people. So this person. So yeah, I have a feeling that we are like getting the Poznań scene is like getting stronger now, I see, because there's more and more people doing their stuff, and also Jakub Lemiszewski is staying here, Zaumne is here, we are here, and some other persons who are like doing parties and their own music, and also the Warsaw scene, like Enjoy Life label, we like their music, and sometimes we was putting our mix, I think twice maybe, at the show in Radio Capital of Enjoy Life label, and sometimes I'm putting there also records. So it's like, I think it's really organic thing that you are meeting people and starting to work together. So it's like.
But for me, it's quite different, I would say, because first of all, it's a bit funny for me to hear this question being asked to both me and Mikołaj, because Mikołaj was one of the organizers, like people that were organizing those kinds of events even before we knew each other. So, and like the first time I saw Mikołaj on the internet, not in person, and in my case, I feel that this contact through the internet is really crucial, because like I have some friends from other cities, like from Krakow. I have like I know two people from there, and we like started to become some like internet friends initially. So we are like writing a lot about music. I learned a lot from them, and also from Warsaw. And some of them I've met in person, like, I don't know, like a few times only, and some of them, like, I haven't met them in person at all, but still it was like quite of growing experience for me. Yeah, and I also from time to time like see people in Poznań, for example, that I know from the internet initially. So like this other way is also quite common in my opinion.
Mm.
And overall, like I feel that this experimental scene is like, it's a bit hard to say about, like because the Polish experimental scene, but also the international one. And for example, I buy a lot of records from labels from US, from UK, even from like Japan, from very different places. And I've heard that some people that are like doing music for longer, they also have some friends from other countries, right? It's not in my case, but I've heard it's quite like common. And once again, like internet is like the medium that connects it all, and I guess it's quite interesting because like a lot of music that we create also references internet, so it's like very strong relationship.
Yeah, but when you started asking about this thing, you mentioned that like vaporwave scene, like it's hard to tell like this because it's not like we are doing like regular things which you can call vaporwave, but it's like I think that some people on this scene are also inspired by this. But I think the most interesting thing is like when you look at the Polish experimental scene now, it's like a lot of different genres together mixed. Like when you have this, for example, Enjoy Life Bandcamp catalog, you can see like from the punk records to some ambient, to some like rap records, to some abstract electronics and IDM sometimes. So it's like I think the really important thing is like it's from like this century do-it-yourself way. Like you are doing music sometimes on the laptop, just or mobile phone, or like just recording guitar to for example to the microphone from the phone, and you are doing something with it. So I have a feeling that it's like when you have like punk scene and doing it like do it yourself scene, and it was like Xeros and like some stuff like this. Xerozymes. It's like today it's like just doing music on laptop sometimes and putting it on Bandcamp. So it's like something like this.
Wow, that was a really deep conversation. And really, I mean, it was interesting to see that actually you kind of pay attention to the scene, and you know how things are going on. But it's cool that everything kind of happened naturally. You two guys, you have two different experiences a little bit. So, but in general, like the scene is a kind of vital thing. It's like an organism that evolves naturally. There are no too much edges that define the limits of it. Everything is evolving, and the same scene could be much different in 10 years because also for the cultural changes, right? So you are really giving this definition from my point of view, and it's really interesting. Yeah, so I also recommend to visit Farbe for the people coming to Poznań. It's really a cool place, and actually I think you guys are also playing really soon there. It's possible. I saw some event.
On Saturday. Yeah.
This Saturday. Okay, so you can still catch a flight for the people that are from not from Poland. Okay, guys, I think we are reaching the time limit, even if tonight we can stay a little bit longer since it's the last night of the festival. Yeah, and I don't know, Miki, do you want to play something more?
Yeah, I'd like to play some like 5 to 10 minutes maybe, if it's okay.
So
we can do
this will be a lullaby, final lullaby, to say good night. Yeah.
It will be like some kind of lullaby, yeah.
Okay.
So 1 minute the connection, and I will start.
Okay. So enjoy, guys. Last song by Miki, and then I will appear again to say goodbye. Okay.
Okay, thanks from the conversation, Ricardo.
It was really interesting. Okay, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Wow, it was indeed a lullaby, I think, this one. Yeah, so we will have sweet dreams thanks to Miki and Stash. Guys, thanks a lot for the incredible session. It was really amazing and really inspiring. And I will say see you next year to all the people, I mean, because the Sonic Waves is gonna be proposed every year. We will change formula, we will invite more artists, we will figure something out. Yeah, thanks for the special effects. Actually, there is now the after party at Farbe, so people in Potsdam, please go to Farbe. We can go all together. And thanks a lot again, Stash and Miki, really.
Thank you.
Yeah, and for all the others, as I wrote in the chat, if you are still angry, actually not angry, hungry of music. No, sorry, hungry of experimental music and new music in general. Really soon we will go back online with our podcasts. Every month you will have some cool source for discovering new music for every genre, but also we touch genres similar to what Stash and Miki do. And that's it, I think. So, good night. Thanks for taking part to Sonic Waves.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Thank you very
So
much.
cool. Next time we will do it live, totally, like in person. Yeah. Okay. So,
Thank you.
we are disconnecting. Good night, everyone, and thanks again for taking part to Sonic Waves. Everyone. Bye-bye. See you. And